Certainly over half my life I have been chasing this one particular dream, one particular moment from one particular scene. And though it's something I imagined and then fashioned with the plasma from the chasms of my mind, printed it on the side so that the picture show was permanent. Wanted to pause it and rewind it. Shit, I was playing it all the time until I grew up, experienced life and its formalities. These things are moving quicker where they used to move gradually. Naturally a catastrophe came looming up on the horizon. It passed us ever so fast and it was the prize. I didn't have eyes on what was the cost of me stupidly taking them off. Well, it seemed that my dream is a wash. Was I riding a peak or a trough? Had I equal the weakness of people who fall when it seemed to them everything's lost? Cause simply not giving a toss had gotten its points across. And in the midst of all the madness, yeah, the sweet words of my granddad come back to me that I almost forgot. He said, son, you got the X factor, yeah. He said, yours is the voice. Ah, kid, you got talent. And he wanted me to sing now, only just to make myself believe it so strongly, yeah, that nobody could ever say, nobody would ever tell me I ain't got the X factor, that 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 I ain't got the X factor, no, I ain't got the X factor, that I ain't got the X factor. Cause think about it, if I didn't, then who is this kid? He's sitting here spitting, hitting strings and opening up his soul when he sings. And who put the words on the page for this hairy-headed hobo of a tramp to be performing on stage? He looks a mess, nothing on JLS. It's not the sort of face that we could present to the press. He needs work, we wanted Alexandra Burke. He's like a bloody wildebeest with the hair a flirt east. I'm like, oi, that ugly fuck is me. So I'm too rough around the edges to be on TV. That's why you catch me down my local singing songs for free. Songs I wrote my silly self out on my balcony. Songs of light and love and all the life they both encompass. Songs that warm you up like you're running in 20 jumpers. But there's a million more in my head, like my sweet grandfather once said when he was like, son, you got the X factor. He said, yours is the voice. Ah, kid, you got talent. And he wanted me to sing out, only just to make myself believe it so strongly, yeah, that nobody could ever say, nobody would ever tell me I ain't got the X factor, that I ain't got the X factor, that I ain't got the X factor, no, I ain't got the X factor, that I ain't got the X factor, that I ain't got the X factor, cause I haven't got the X factor. But the cold heart of the truth is I could rain a fire in the booth. I sent my tape to BBC, but me they wouldn't introduce. I must have had 8 automated messages saying thanks, we've listened, but obviously weren't impressed with it. Either that or somebody took my tape to Taiwan and they started selling it. I really can't be dealing with the stress of it. You know I'm the king of the hooks. Talent's not written in books, and it's nothing you can judge on looks. So what the fuck's wrong with the world where all these men and women despair over what one person wears or how they're styling their hair? Don't they know voting for sympathy ain't making it fair? And just how much tragedy they suffer dictates how much you care. What is worse is all these people won't be told that Simon Cowell found the formula for faking soul. All them shiny hearts you love are only painted gold. Simon says to pat your heads and you get straight involved. Well, don't be getting upset because every one of us fell for it. The geezer's making money for the hell of it. He don't want no artists with their own ideas or vision for progress. He's after an army of puppets, all accept the no's and yeses. So do I have the factor X? Well, I guess that just depends upon your definition. I only sold 200 records, got no international recognition. But now you can't deny the hairs on your neck when they stand up to listen. Cause I ain't got the X factor, no, I ain't got the X factor. I ain't got the X factor, nah, I ain't got the X factor. I haven't got the X factor, I haven't got the X factor. I don't need the X factor.